Welcome to Quick Updates. Today we are going to see some of the MCQs which may be useful for exams like NABARD, RBI, etc. First question, which department ministry launched Geospatial Self-Certification Portal? Answer, Department of Science and Technology. This portal facilitates entities engaged in map-related activities to certify themselves quickly and easily. It may be useful for individuals or organization, government or private, Indian or foreign, engaged in production or sales, etc. Remember, the question may be asked in this records also. It may be useful for individual and organization, government or private, Indian or foreign, or engaged in production or sales, etc. Remember, Geospatial Certification Portal launched by Department of Science and Technology. Next question, which of the following is not a UN language? Which of the following is not a UN language? Spanish is not a UN language because UN languages are French, Chinese, English, Spanish, Arabic and Russian. These are the 6 UN languages: French, Chinese, English, Spanish, Arabic and Russian. Okay, next question. Which of the following statements are correct regarding State Food Safety Index? Which of the following statements are correct regarding State Food Safety Index? This is the 4th version of the index. Okay. Among larger states, Goa won the first prize. Among the UTs, Jammu and Kashmir stood first. Here the correct answer is 1 and 3. Among larger states, Tamil Nadu was the top ranking state, followed by Gujarat and Maharashtra. Among the smaller states, Goa stood first, followed by Manipur and Sikkim. Among union territories, Jammu and Kashmir, Delhi and Chandigarh secured first, second and third ranks. It was the 4th State Food Safety Index for 2021 and 22 by Food Safety and Standard Authority of India, FSSAI. Next question. The Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, IRDAI, reduced the capital required to be held by the insurers offering Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana by almost to how much percentage? C is the option, it is 50%. The Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India reduced the capital required to be held by insurers offering Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana by almost 50%. Why this is done? This is to make the schemes PM Suraksha Bima Yojana and PM Jeevan Jyoti Yojana more economical. Next question. Consider the statement about New Space India Limited and filling the blanks for the same. It is a wholly owned public sector enterprise under the administrative control of dash. Its present authorized capital is dash, increased from 100 crore. Answer here is B, that is it is established by Department of Space and its authorized capital is 7,500 crore. Okay. Why New Space India is in news? Because the Union Cabinet approved the transfer of 10 in-orbit communication satellites from Government of India to New Space India Limited, a wholly owned public sector enterprise of GOE under the administrative control of Department of Space. It also approved increasing authorized share capital of NSIL from rupees 1000 crore to 7,500 crore. NJ Oja has appointed as Ombudsman of which schemes? Okay, Banking Ombudsman Scheme, MG Narega Scheme, Poshan Abhiyan, PM Kaushal Vikas Yojana, PM Kisan. Here the correct answer is B. M.G. Narega. N.J. Oja has been appointed as Ombudsman for 2-year term under Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. Oja has the power to investigate allegations by M.G. Narega staff, consider them awards within 30 days of receipt of complaint. Next question. Blood Donor Day is annually observed across globe on 14th June. Which of the following components are present in blood? What are the components of blood? Plasma, thrombocytes, leukocytes, erythrocytes. These are all the components which are present in blood. All the components are present in blood. Correct answer is option E. 1, 2, 3 and 4. The World Blood Donor Day 2022 is hosted by Mexico through its National Blood Center. The slogan is "Donating blood is an act of solidarity. Join the efforts and save lives." Next question. Recently, BRICS Partnership on New Industrial Revolution, Part NIR, Innovation Center, and BRICS New Growth Bank signed a Memorandum of Understanding to enhance bilateral cooperation. When BRICS was founded? BRICS was founded in 2009. BRICS was founded in 2009. This was the news recently that BRICS partnership with New Industrial Revolution, that is Part NAR Innovation Center, and BRICS New Growth Bank to enhance bilateral cooperation. Next question. Consider the following statement about a periodic labor force survey, PLFS. It is done by urban areas only. It accesses labor force participation rate, work population ratio, and unemployment rate. It is made by NSO. Choose the incorrect code. Remember to choose incorrect code because all are correct options. So none of this is the answer. The National Statistical Office, STL National Sample Survey Office, uses rotational panel sampling design in urban areas to assess the labor force participation rate, worker population ratio, and UR, and visit selected household in urban areas 4 times. There was no revisit of rural samples. Rural samples are not revisited. Remember? Okay, next question. Renewables 2022 Global Status Report is published by Dash. India got Dash rank for renewable power capacity additions. Answer here is B. According to Renewable 2022 Global Status Report published by Global Renewable Energy Community, that is Renewable Energy Community REN21, India placed third in the world for total renewable power capacity additions in 2021 with 15.4 gigawatt, following only China and United States. Okay. Next question. With regards to the principles of trading system under WTO, national treatment. It is a principle of trading system under WTO, national treatment. Which of the following statement is correct? It is the principle which states that both imported and locally produced goods should be treated equally. It is a principle which states that locally produced goods should always be given preference over imported goods. It is a principle which states that imported goods should be given preference over the local produced goods. It is a principle which states that both imported and locally produced goods should be treated equally, at least after the foreign goods have entered the market. That's the answer. National treatment means treating locals and foreigners equally. Imported and locally produced goods should be treated equally, at least after foreign goods have entered the market. The same should apply to foreign and domestic services and to foreign and local trademarks, copyright, and patents. This principle of national treatment, giving others the same treatment as one's own nationals, is also found in all the three main WTO agreements, that is GATT and GATT and GATS and Article 3 of TRIPS. Okay, next question. What do you understand by net domestic investment in an economy? You can read the options. First one is it is the difference between investment made by nationals and foreign nationals. It's the difference between total investment made and consumptions of fixed capital in accomplishing year's production. It is the difference between market value and book value of outstanding capital stock, total market value of the fixed capital deployed in an economy in a given year. Correct answer here is option B. It is the difference between total investment made and the consumption of fixed capital in an accomplishing the year's production. Net domestic investment in an economy is the amount spent by an economy on a capital asset less depreciation or the consumption of fixed capitals. If gross investment is consistently higher than the depreciation, net investment will be positive, indicating that productive capacity is increasing. Net investment positive means productive capacity is increasing. Conversely, if gross investment is consistently lower than depreciation, net investment will be negative, indicating that productivity is decreasing, which can be a potential problem down the road. This is true for all entities from the smallest company to largest economies. This is the basic principle. Next, the statements about Global Environment Facility. We can see the correct statement. We have to choose that it was established on the eve of 1992 Rio Earth Summit to help tackle our planet's most pressing environmental problems. GEF is an international partnership of 183 countries, international institutions, civil society organizations, and the private sector that address global environmental issues. India is both donor and recipient of GEF. It addresses 6 designated focal areas: biodiversity, climate change, international waters, ozone depletion, land degradation, and persistent organic pollutants. All the above statements are correct. GEF, that means Global Environmental Facility, is a partnership for international cooperation. 183 countries, together with international institutions, civil society organizations, and private sector to address global environmental issues. It addresses 6 designated focal areas: biodiversity, climate change, international waters, ozone depletion, land degradation, and persistent organic pollutants. It was established on the eve of 1992 Earth Summit to help tackle our planet's most pressing environmental problems. India has been a leading developing country participant in GEF since its inception and has played a major role in shaping GEF. See that India is both donor and a recipient of Global Environment Facility. Which of the following is incorrect with regard to Forest Right Act 2006? Option A. The Act provides for recognition of forest right of other traditional forest dwellers, provided they have, for at least 3 generations prior to 13/12/2005, primarily resided in and have depended on the forest for bona fide livelihood needs. Nodal agency for the implementation is Ministry of Tribal Affairs. The Act recognizes of ownership, access to, collect, use, and dispose of minor forest produced by tribal. D. As per the Act, the state government has been designated as the competent authority for initiating the process of determining the nature and extent of individual or community forest right. Correct answer here is D. As per the Act, state government has been designated as the competent authority. Now, as per the Act, Gram Sabha has been designated as the competent authority for initiating the process of determining the nature and extent of individual or forest right. Mainly, this Act provides a scope for integrating conservation and livelihood rights of people. We need to take into consideration both livelihood rights of the people who are living in forest areas and conservation of forest areas. Both are taken care by Forest Right Act 2006. Which bill empower the center to make rules to decide the tenure, salary, allowance and other claims of central and state information commissioners. Right to Information Amendment Act 2009 empowers the center to make rules regarding this. Answer here is Right to Information Amendment Act 2009. See, both central and state information commissioners tenure, salary and allowances are decided by the center. We see that now this includes state information commissioners also. As per the census 2011, how many particularly vulnerable tribal groups have been identified in India? It is 75. We are celebrating 75 years of independence, and we can remember that 75 tribal groups have been categorized by Ministry of Home Affairs. Remember, it is not by Ministry of Tribal Affairs, it is Ministry of Home Affairs as particularly vulnerable tribal groups. PVTGs reside in 18 states and Wto of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Okay. The Ministry of Tribal Affairs implements the scheme of development of particularly vulnerable tribal group. They are categorized by Ministry of Home Affairs and their development schemes are implemented by Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Next question. Which of the following statements are correct with regards to quantitative and qualitative tools of monetary policy? The qualitative tools are specific in nature and can be targeted a particular sector. Quantitative tools are indirect in nature. The examples of qualitative tools. Quantitative tools are indirect in nature. Examples of qualitative tools are loan to value ratio, moral suasion, etc. Examples of quantitative tools are CRR, SLR, repo rate and reverse repo rate. Okay, next question. In which of the following places is the International Solar Alliance headquartered? It is headquartered in Gurugram, Haryana, India. Okay. The International Solar Alliance headquartered in India has its secretariat located in the campus of National Institute of Solar Energy, Gwalpari, Gurugram, Haryana. ISA Interim Secretariat has been operational as a de facto organization since 25th January 2016. Okay. First 5 years, the expenses of International Solar Alliance Secretariat is borne by India. You can remember that also. Which state has launched Parivartanam scheme to improve the livelihood of the fishing community? Kerala Fisheries Department has inaugurated Parivartanam scheme, which aims to improve the livelihood skills of youngsters along with the coastline and improve their socio-economic conditions of fisheries. That is Parivartanam scheme by Kerala government. Which of the following statements are incorrect with regard to International Solar Alliance? We can see that only the developing countries are the members of ISA. No, it is incorrect. And ISA has become a treaty-based international intergovernmental organization on 6th December 2017. It is a correct statement. India and USA had launched International Solar Alliance at the Conference of Parties 2000 15 COP21 at Paris. Here the statement C is incorrect because India and France has launched the International Solar Alliance at the Conference of Parties COP21. Here both A and C statements are wrong. Which of the following portals has been launched by Ministry of Women and Child Development to ease the process of filing sexual harassment complaints at the workplace, both for the public as well as the private sector? It is SheBox. The Ministry of Women and Child Development has linked SheBox, the online portal, to report complaints of sexual harassment at workplace to all the central ministries, department and 653 districts across 33 state and union territories. Remember, SheBox has been launched by Ministry of Women and Child Development. Next question, where is the Asian Development Bank headquartered? Asian Development Bank headquartered in Manila. Which of the following countries hold the largest proportion of shares in the Asian Development Bank? Japan and United States. Okay, Japan and United States have 15.6, the same number of shares. The question here is answer here is wrong because Japan and United States of America is the correct answer. Which of the following rounds of discussion of General Agreement on Trade and Tariffs resulted in the creation of World Trade Organization? Which of the following rounds of discussion of General Agreement on Trade and Tariff resulted in the creation of World Trade Organization? It is the famous Uruguay round. The General Agreement on Tariff and Trade was the first worldwide multilateral free trade agreement. It was in effect from June 30, 1948 until January 1st, 1995. And with the Uruguay round, the formation of World Trade Organization taken place. Next question. Which type of unemployment which occurs due to the mismatch between jobs available in the market and the skills of available workers in the market is known as structural unemployment. Structural unemployment occurs due to structural changes in the economy. Structural changes can be due to change in technology from labor intensive technology to capital intensive technologies or change in pattern of demand. Thus, structural unemployment is a category of unemployment arising from mismatch between jobs available in the market and skills of the available workers in the market. In a developing country like India, structural unemployment exists both in rural and urban areas. Next question. The World Bank releases the estimate of GDP growth rate for its member nations every year through its report. What is the name of the report? Global Economic Prospects Report. Global Economic Prospect Report is published by the World Bank. It is published annually and partly updated 2 times a year. It is an annual report and it is updated partly 2 times a year. To calculate GDP at market prices, which of the following should not be added? We know the GDP calculated at market prices. Which should not be added? Product subsidy should not be added. While calculating GDP at market, subsidy is subtracted. Yes, we are getting subsidy at the market, isn't it? At the market, we have to add tax and minus subsidy. Factor cost plus production tax minus production subsidy is equal to basic price. We can easily understand by applying some logic here because subsidy is available after the production. So at market we have to reduce the subsidy price and we have to add the tax. Next question. Nagoya Protocol was adopted in which of the following years? 2010. Nagoya Protocol is about access to genetic resources and their fair and equitable sharing of benefits arising from their utilization. One of the 3 objectives of Convention of Biological Diversity, that is, and equitable The protocol, which was adopted on 29th October 2010 in Nagoya. Nagoya is a city in Japan, and entered into force on 12 October 2014. It is ratified by 16 parties so far. The Nagoya Protocol is intended to create greater legal certainty and transparency for both providers and users of genetic resources, establish more predictable conditions for access to genetic resources, helping to ensure benefit sharing when genetic resources leave the contracting party providing the genetic resources. And thus, the Nagoya Protocol was established in 2010. Okay, you have to remember that. World Happiness Report is published by which of the following agencies? World Happiness Report is published by which of the following agencies? UNDP, UN Sustainable and Development Solutions Network, IMF, World Economic Forum. World Happiness Report is published by UN Sustainable Development Solutions Network on the eve of International Day of Happiness. When is International Day of Happiness is in 20 March. It ranked the countries based on factors such as inequality, life expectancy, GDP per capita, public trust, etc. The answer is, it is published by UN Sustainable Development Solutions Network. What is the jail term for a person who indulges in pornography using child as per the Protection of Children from Sexual Offence Amendment Bill 2019? It has been enhanced by 5 years. Then next, which act is to be replaced by Consumer Protection Bill 2019 that seeks to establish authorities for timely and effective administration and settlement of consumer disputes? The act was replaced by Consumer Protection Bill was Consumer Protection Act 1986. Which department has conducted India's first national time release study? Department of Revenue of Ministry of Finance has conducted India's first national time release study. Which article of Indian Constitution has been replaced by the government? Repealed by government. The Article 370. We know that Article 370 provides President of India has the powers to amend or repeal the article by issuing a notification based on recommendation of Constituent Assembly of J&K, and it was repealed in 2019. In which of the following places is WTO headquartered? WTO is headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland. Geneva, Switzerland, where the WTO headquarters is located, is a unique place with many United Nations and other international organizations as well as missions to WTO. You can comment below what are the organizations, which are the organizations which are located in Geneva, Switzerland. In which of the following years Doha Development Agenda launched? 2001. The Doha Development Agenda was launched in November 2001, which was the 4th ministerial conference held in Doha, Qatar. Okay. Doha Development Agenda was launched in 2001. Which of the following is not one of the principles of trading system of WTO that form the foundation of multilateral trading system? Formation of regional blocks for ensuring free trade agreements. It is not one of the principles. The others are the principles. Most favored nation treatment, can have national treatment, treating locals and foreigners equally, ensuring fair competition, bringing in transparency and predictability. Okay. Next question. The Trade Facilitation Agreement came into force in which of the following years? The Trade Facilitation Agreement came into force on which following years? It is in 2017. Reserve Bank of India has released guidelines for on-tap licensing of small finance banks in private sector. What is the minimum paid up voting equity capital share required for opening a small finance bank? Answer is 600 crore. $600 crore, 300 crore, 200 crore, 500 crore, and 100 crore. The answer is 200 crore. Next, National Green Tribunal was established in the year 2010. NGT is a constitutional body, or it is a statutory body, neither a constitutional body nor a statutory body. It was established through a government order, non-governmental organization. It is a statutory body. The answer is it is a statutory body. Till now, it is only a statutory body. It's established in 2010 under National Green Tribunal Act 2010 for effective and expeditious disposal of cases relating to environmental protection and conservation of forest. Okay. Which of the following correct relation between the basic price and factor cost of a product? We saw the earlier question, that is factor cost plus production taxes minus production subsidy is equal to basic price. Okay. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has unveiled how much amount for national infrastructure pipeline in accordance with the Narendra Modi government's vision to make India a 5 trillion economy by 2024-25. It is 102 lakh crores. 102 lakh crores amount has been given for that. Which of the following are correct regarding New Development Bank? New Development Bank. We have to select the correct options. The New Development Bank is a multilateral development bank established by BRICS state. It's a correct option. And the agreement on the NDB specifies that voting power of each member will be equal to the number of its subscribed shares in the capital stock of the bank. NDB is currently headquartered in Beijing, China. It is not headquartered in Beijing, isn't it? It is headquartered in Shanghai. It is headquartered in Shanghai. That option number 3 is incorrect. The bank does not allow inclusion of any other members except BRIC nations. We know that BRICS have already many members. It is not the five members. It have more than 30 members. So it does not allow the inclusion. Basically, to allow the inclusion of many other countries also. The Global Hunger Index released by International Food Policy Research Institute calculate GHI, Global Hunger Index scores, based on 4 indicators. Which of the following is not one of them? It considers child wasting, child stunting, undernourishment and under 5 mortality rate. It does not consider neonatal mortality. That's the incorrect option here. Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship launch Skills Build platform with which company? It is with IBM. Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship launches Skill Build platform in collaboration with IBM. Director General of Training under the aegis of Minister of Skill Training and Development. They joined an agreement to launch Skills Build platform. Recently, which state has started using satellite communication technology in a big way to enhance the learning outcome in an educational institution and generate awareness about social welfare schemes? It is Rajasthan. Rajasthan has started using satellite communication technology in a big way to enhance the learning outcome in educational institutions and generate awareness about social welfare schemes. Which of the following described market intervention scheme? Price support mechanism for perishable and horticultural goods. It is a market intervention scheme giving support for perishable and horticultural goods. Okay, that's the answer. You can read the options here. The answer is Price support mechanism for perishable and artisanal can be considered as a market intervention scheme. Which state government has launched Cyber Safe Women campaign across the state to spread awareness regarding the atrocities committed against women and children as well as the laws regarding cybercrime? It is Maharashtra government. Maharashtra. Name the Yojana that has been proposed by the Union government for fisheries sector. Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. Matsya, we can realize from that Matsya means fish. From that we can know that Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. In India, who among the following calculate the wholesale price index? Wholesale price index is calculated all of the above. The Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, Office of Economic Advice. All these prepare wholesale price index. Which of the following is correct formula to calculate the worker population ratio? Worker population ratio. Worker population ratio can be calculated by number of employed persons by total population into 1000. The ratio is, we have to remember that it is multiplied by 1000. Name of the scheme which was launched by Union Minister of Women and Child Development and Textiles, Smriti Irani, for the women entrepreneurship in Goa. It is Yashasini scheme. It is Yashasini scheme. It was launched by Union Minister of Women and Child Development and Textiles, Smriti Irani. In the wake of Bhopal gas tragedy, the Government of India enacted which of the following legislations? The Environment Protection Act 1986 was inspired from Bhopal gas tragedy. Subsidies which are no or least market distorting are called as what under World Trade Organization's Agreement on Agriculture? It is green box subsidies. Green box subsidies are least market distorting. Green box subsidies are considered by WTO as least market distorting. Which of the following statements are incorrect with regards to World Wide Fund for Nature? World Wide Fund of Nature, it is a non-governmental organization. It is not an organ of United Nations organization. Please remember that it is an international non-governmental organization founded in April 29, 1961. The group's mission is to stop degradation of planet's natural environment and to build a future in which humans live in harmony with nature. Humans live in harmony with nature. It is the world's largest conservation organization with over 5 million supporters worldwide, working in more than 100 countries, supporting around 1,300 conservation and environmental projects. Remember, it is an NGO, not an United Nations organization. Which of the following statements are incorrect with regards to Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC? Okay. The given statements all are correct. It was first established in 1988 by two United Nations organizations, the World Meteorological Organization and the United Nations Environmental Programme. IPCC was established in 1988 by two United Nations organizations, World WMO, World Meteorological Organization and United Nations Environmental Programme. Membership of IPCC is open to all members of WMO and UNEP. The IPCC produces reports that support United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. A historical global climate deal was reached in Kigali, Rwanda. Kigali is a place in Rwanda that aimed to phase out hydrofluorocarbons, a family of potent greenhouse gases, by late 2040s. It led to an important amendment to which of the following protocols? It is a Kigali amendment in Montreal Protocol. Montreal Protocol was initially launched to curb chlorofluorocarbons. Now it has included hydrofluorocarbons also. Because it was not because hydrofluorocarbons can damage ozone, because it is because hydrofluorocarbons can cause green gas effects. Green gas effect can change climate. The financial year in India is from April 1st to March 31st. Gender inequality remains a major impediment to human development. The Gender Inequality Index, which is released as a part of Human Development Report, measures gender inequality in three important aspects of human development. What are these three dimensions? Health, empowerment, and labor market. Okay. Health, empowerment, and labor market is considered as a major impediment to human development. Major aspects of human development. When we say that there is a systematic reduction of recorded cost of fixed asset like building, furniture, office equipment, vehicles, what is the concept that we are referring to? Systematic reduction of the cost means depreciation. Increase in the recorded cost means appreciation. It is appreciation. When we say that a person has more money in his hand to save or to consume when compared to the previous year, for example, then there is a definite increase in which of the following? Personal disposable income of that person. Disposable income means money in his hand or to money in his hand to save or to consume. That is known as disposable income. The concept of human development was developed by which of the following economists? Mahbubul Haq. It is developed by, he is from Bangladesh. Okay. Which of the following resources are not factors of production? Wages are not considered as factors of production. Land, entrepreneurship, labor, and capital are considered as factors of production. Investment in public works is known as capital expenditure because we are creating a capital. Therefore, it is called capital expenditure. NNP is equal to GNP minus depreciation. Net national product is equal to gross national product minus depreciation. Which of the following statement is correct regarding Gini coefficient? Gini coefficient is a way of comparing how distribution of income in a society compares with similar society in which everyone earned exactly the same amount. Thus, it is an index to measure inequality. Therefore, the statement is correct. Inequality on the Gini scale is measured between 0, where everybody is equal, and 1, where all the country's income is earned by a single person. So, which is better? It is 0. Inequality is 0. That is the ideal condition. The higher is the Gini coefficient, more is the gap between rich and poor. Higher means it is inching towards 1. That is bird, isn't it? Our country's all income is earned by a single person. India's Gini coefficient is stood at 0.352 in 2016 Human Development Report. Deficit financing implies to. Deficit financing means public expenditure in excess of public revenue. Deficit financing means public expenditure is excess of public revenue. It is simply printing of more and more notes to meet the expenditure of an economy. When public revenue is less than public expenditure, we have to make more and more money. We have to print more and more money. Shares issued by the companies to their shareholders free of cost by capitalization of accumulated reserves from the profits and in the earlier years is known as bonus shares. It is known as bonus shares. India Infrastructure Finance Company Limited, IIFCL, is a wholly owned company set up in 2006. It is a wholly owned Government of India company, India Infrastructure Finance Company. It was established in 2006. International Monetary Fund has projected how much percentage growth rate for India in 2021. It's 11.5, but that was a previous year question. India has shifted to a new GDP series. The GDP was earlier calculated at factor cost and is now being calculated at market price. Okay, the new GDP series calculated at market price. Human Development Report, which is released by the UNDP, the United Nations Global Development Network is headquartered in New York City, USA. United Nations Global Development Network is situated in New York City, USA. The independent banking industry watchdog that protect consumers of banking services in India is BCSBI. BCSBI. Which government document was made mandatory for availing more than 50 crore loan? The document which was made mandatory for availing more than 50 crore loan is passport. Which of the following agencies or organization ministries has come out with National Nutrition Strategy? It is Niti Aayog has come out with National Nutrition Strategy. Stagflation. What is stagflation? Stagflation is a situation in which inflation rate is high, but economic growth rate is low. Unemployment also steadily high. That situation is known as stagflation. Global Economic Prospect Report is published by World Bank. Global Economic Prospect Report is published by World Bank. Which bank has launched the world's first negative interest rate home loan? It is JISK Bank. JISK Bank launched negative interest rate home loan. You can see. Which of the following is one of the measures of economic growth of the country? Gross domestic product of the nation is one of the measures of economic growth of a country. In what respect core inflation is different from headline inflation? It excludes fuel inflation. Means core inflation excludes fuel inflation and it excludes food inflation also. Because fuel inflation and food inflations remain very volatile. In order to reduce that volatility, we exclude fuel inflation and food inflation from headline inflation to make this a core inflation. What is the maximum limit permitted by RBI for processing e-mandate on credit and debit cards along with prepaid instruments? Just 2000. The limit permitted by RBI for processing e-mandate on credit and debit cards along with prepaid payment instrument is 2000. The factors, for example, adverse economic conditions caused by poverty, low productivity, unemployment, exhaustion of natural resources and natural calamities that compel or force a person due to various reasons to leave the place and go to some other place is known as push factors. Because these factors push a person to leave that place and go to some other place. It is known as push factors. Which of the following missions have been launched by the Government of India to help in fast-tracking the identification of all who are HIV positive and subsequently linking them to ART, antiretroviral therapy program? It is known as Samworth Mission. It is known as Samworth Mission. The missions launched by Government of India to help in fast-tracking the identification of all who are HIV positive and subsequently linking them to ART, antiretroviral therapy program. It is known as Samworth Mission. In which of the following situations there is a possibility of the policy rate, repo rate, being reduced by RBI? In low inflation rate scenarios, RBI reduces repo rate. Okay. In low inflation situations, RBI reduces repo rate. When the union government borrows loans, maybe external or internal, under which component of union budget does it get accounted? Debt creating capital receipts. Loans are considered as capital receipts, but it is a debt creating capital receipts. Which of the following factors contribute to the upswing in the economic growth of a country? Rise in productive capacity of an economy along with an increase in the aggregate demand. Is a correct option. Correct. Contribute to the upswing of economic growth. It contributes. Ability of skilled workforce definitely contribute to the upswing of economic growth. A decrease in consumer and business confidence. No. Technological development helping in increasing productivity with a limited amount of resources. It also helps in upswing in the economic growth. Mixed economy means coexistence of small and large industries. Now, promoting of both agriculture and industries in the economy. Now, coexistence of public and private industry. This is the correct answer. Mixed economy means coexistence of public and private sectors. Which of the following organizations releases Global Economic Prospects Report? We earlier saw that this question that World Bank releases Global Economic Prospects Report. The center has announced how much crore stimulus package for the ailing real estate sector, 25,000 crore. It was released in the last year. Okay. Which of the following is one of the indicators of Human Development Index? Life expectancy at birth is the indicator. It has nothing to do with total cost of agricultural land with the family, total area of agricultural land, availability of perennial source of water for irrigation, nature of employment, casually permanent or semi-permanent. It is not considering all those, but it is life expectancy at birth is considered for Human Development Index. Real national income growth refers to national income growth adjusted for inflation. Real national income growth refers to national income growth adjusted for inflation. A type of migration where there is a desperate search for work, driving poorer people in many directions without a clear final destination is known as foreclosed migration. Desperate search for work, driving poor people in many directions without a clear final destination is known as foreclosed migration. Which state has launched Jal Sati program to ensure supply of safe drinking water to all households in the state? Odisha has launched Jal Sati program to ensure supply of safe drinking water to all households in the state. Recently, which regional rural bank launched mobile ATMs in rural areas to push digitization? Karnataka Gramin Bank launched mobile ATMs in rural areas. The fifth meeting of Economic Advisory Council of 15th Finance Commission was held in New Delhi. The government announced new mission aimed at providing broadband access to all villages by 2022. The term gross national happiness was coined by Bhutan's king. FALLCR was in news recently, which is full form of. What is the full form of FALLCR? Facility to avail liquidity for liquidity coverage ratio. Facility to avail liquidity for liquidity coverage ratio. A centralized electronic platform for processing interest subvention on bank loans to beneficiaries named Paisa portal for affordable credit and interest subvention access was launched recently under DAIYNULM. Deen Dayal. You can check the full form. Okay. Headquarters of Eurasian Development Bank is located at which place? Almaty. Eurasian Development Bank headquarters is in D. Almaty. D. Option number D. Almaty. FSDC is an apex level body constituted by Government of India. What is the full form of FSDC? Financial Stability and Development Council. Financial Stability and Development Council. These are the questions which we were discussed in this section. Thank you.